Oh, hi there, and welcome to another episode of One of Swords TV. My name is Dan Amrick. I'm the community manager for Activision, and as One of Swords, it is my duty to answer your questions. If you have a question about games or Activision or something along those lines, send it on into YouTube at oneofswords.com, and I'll do my best to try to answer it on a future episode of this here little web show. This week's email comes from Stephen Fenton, who says, ever since the 90s or even before, I've noticed that most Marvel games have been published by Activision. Marvel Ultimate Alliance, X-Men games, movie games, Spider-Man games, you name it. We know that in movies we're likely never going to see Sony's and Fox's universes come together, or Fox's universe meet the cinematic universe, etc. But since Activision can use all the comics as source material, and they can put all these characters together in the same game, like you did with Ultimate Alliance, is there anything saying that there couldn't theoretically be a game that wove the movie universes together? Good question. And I don't really know how to answer theoretical questions, but I can give you a little bit more detail on why things are the way they are. For instance, yes, Activision did Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Ultimate Alliance 2 some years back. Raven and Vicarious Visions, respectively, did those games on the main consoles. And that brought all the different characters together. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 is basically the game version of the famous Civil War storyline that went on in the Marvel Universe. But that is a different universe than the X-Men or Spider-Man licenses. I'm sorry, it's the same universe, but different licenses. So, for instance, a lot of people have asked, why aren't we doing another Marvel Ultimate Alliance game? They really like those. They'd like to see a new one. That was the Marvel Universe license, and that has since changed hands. We are currently not the holder of that license. In fact, it changed hands, I guess it was end of 2009, beginning of 2010. We no longer had the Marvel Universe license. Instead, Capcom got a chance to do it, and that's where Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came around. Again, people are like, oh, how come you don't do a new one of those games that's based on this license? They don't always have the license to do it. Currently, Activision is entrusted with the Spider-Man license and the X-Men license. Deadpool came out this year. That's an extension of the X-Men license. And if you played the game, then you saw there were several X-Men universe characters that made cameos or showed up in the game in some form. And yes, as recently came out, the Amazing Spider-Man movie sequel game is coming out next year from Activision, and the game that was released last year by Beanox is coming out for PlayStation Vita this year, the one that was based on the Amazing Spider-Man movie that's already come out. So, those two are treated as separate things. They're certainly, we're proud to be a Marvel licensee and all that stuff, but they are different than the Marvel overall universe license. You may have noticed that Iron Man and Thor games showed up from other publishers as well. Gazillion is the studio that's taking care of the Marvel Superhero Squad online game for kids. Totally different realm. Even though that mixes all kinds of characters, that is its own license independently. So Activision is one of many Marvel licensees, probably one of the biggest Marvel licensees when it comes to games, of course. But yeah, we don't really have carte blanche to do whatever we want with anything. So theoretically, could a game merge all the movie universes? I suppose if one person got all of those licenses all under their own roof, unless Marvel said there was a reason not to do that, if they didn't want those different properties mixing together. I don't know. Again, it's hard to answer a theoretical question like that, but that's why different people do different Marvel games, and that's why you don't always see all the characters in any one given game, unless they have the Marvel Universe license. So that's how it works. If you have a question that maybe I can shed some light on, maybe not definitively answer, maybe a theoretical question that I can try to answer, go ahead and send it to YouTube at oneofswords.com. I'll do my best to answer it on a future show. Meanwhile, please check out my website. It's oneofswords.com. I have podcasts and giveaways and news updates that you can trust on all things Activision, from Marvel to Skylanders to Call of Duty to Destiny and beyond. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here next time. Bye.